Wine lovers rejoice. This is the property for you. Today I am showing you a waterfront home on the Columbia River that has over 4.5 acres of vineyards with locally grown grapes sold to the wineries in Chelan. I'm so excited to show you this beautiful custom home. Let's go take a look. Well, I promised you grapes and vineyards, and here it is. I think I said 4.5 acres of grapes, but it's actually 4.25 acre. This shop is kind of where they're running their operation out of, and they also have, toys stored in there. So they are growing 4 different types of grapes, and 3 red, 1 white, and they're selling them to local wineries here in Chelan. That blue pump out there, that is a well system that is set up specifically for the vineyards. So anyways, you can, if you decide to continue with the vineyard operation, whether you're doing that yourself or you're hiring a management company to do that, you are going to have a very quick in to meeting and getting to know people in the wine industry in Chelan. So when I talk about lifestyle and thinking about what kind of home that you want to buy, that is something certainly to consider. If you've had the dream of being a winemaker or being involved with the wine industry, here is a very easy in to do that. So the property lines, you can kind of see a pink tube running along there. That is the property line. The neighbors are using their property as a camp lot. As you can see, these are all Columbia River waterfront lots that we're looking at. You did see a train track right there, kind of separating the property. Luckily, that train only runs once a week, 1 day a week on Tuesdays. A morning train going towards Wenatchee and 1 train leaving Wenatchee on Tuesday. So the train track is not a huge burden. The property taxes on this property is a little over $10,000 a year. And the reason I'm mentioning this so early on is because we're talking about the vineyard, and you can get that reduced pretty significantly with farming tax credits. So something to consider when you're thinking about whether you want to be a winemaker or not. Okay, these are really beautiful doors. I want to get a little closer. You can see the detail in them. Beautiful beamwork out front. This landscape is super low maintenance, beautiful rockscape, dryscape. Everything in here is pretty much drought resistant plants. I want to give a big shout out to Cassie Tarr with Premier One Properties for having us showcase her listing today. So the home itself is about, 8.6 acres in total. And 4.25 of that is vineyards at this point. And the other 4 is where the home sits, residential. And there is quite a bit of space that hasn't been I shouldn't say quite a bit, but there's a good amount of space that hasn't been landscaped. But you could really add some pretty cool stuff. I gotta say, I'm walking through all this beautiful lavender right now, and I can just smell it. It's so beautiful. Okay, let's take a quick peek around the yard before we head inside. This home sprawls just shy of 4,000 square feet. And really could be multi-generational living. The downstairs and upstairs could be 2 separate living spaces if you would. So here we are. This is the raw land that I was talking about, and this isn't a huge amount. You can see those stakes running along, kind of right where that ravine starts. This is the rest of the property line. So you want to add a pool or something along that nature, this would be a great spot to do that. We've got a nice little horseshoe pit and bench to view the river. Heck yeah. River life. That is what we're talking about. And I'm not gonna walk the path today because that would add too much time to the video. But out here you can see they've got a fire pit, and then this path continues down to a riverfront little beach area that they have down there. And they've kept this hillside el natural for easy maintenance. Okay, the back of this home is just really gorgeous. You can see all of the rock work, exposed beams. They've done glass railing so you don't lose the view from anywhere on the property. Speaking of like the upstairs and downstairs feeling like they could be two different homes, this downstairs would have this nice outdoor patio. There's a hot tub down there. And then the upstairs is going to have this patio on two sides where you can walk around, and then this other patio. The genius of the way these patios is set up is really around the way that the sun moves on this property. Any part of the day, you are going to have a patio with sunshine and a patio with shade. So I think that that's really important when you're thinking about buying a second home or a primary home in Central Washington, is how you're going to be using that outdoor space. Okay. Back to the beautiful lavender. I'm gonna take us to the front door so you can get the front door approach, and we will go in and take a look at this home. So this entry, quite grand. This landscape, very lovely. All of the big beams running across the top. Beautiful oversized French doors here at the entrance. Nice shaded area. Sit down, take off your shoes, and let's go inside. Okay, so the home opens up, and you're immediately struck by spectacular views of the Columbia, which we will get better shots of once we get closer. Your kitchen will be to the right, and garage utility will be to the left. Let's go down and check that out first. So first bathroom, common area bathroom. This is an amazingly stunning office. Let's make sure that you get these views of the river. And then, of course, if you need to take a little break from your work, you've got a door right there to go out to the porch. Okay, continuing further down. You have some laundry. And this is the side of the deck that I was mentioning. So, beautiful spot. Get away from the sunshine during certain hours of the day, and just full view of the river. The river really looks like it's dancing today. And, you know, you talk about privacy. Take a look across the river here. You are not going to be looking through another home's window at any time. That is just pure rock over there. So, and I don't think that there's even a road that gets up over there. So, you're always going to have this really serene view from these patios. Okay, garage. pretty much your standard 2-car garage, although it does have windows all the way around, which is really nice, natural light. You have the silent garage door, and then they have electric vehicles, so they've got charging in here, and your electrical panel is back in this corner, which has some room in it. And we've got a little bit of a work area, a couple of extra freezers. And take a look at the floor here. And we see all of this exposed beamwork. It is throughout this grand living area. Okay, so beautiful windows. Here we have a gas fireplace, custom stonework all the way to the ceiling, wrapping around some of the beams. Oh yeah, and these windows. Okay, so now we're stepping into the dining room area, and this is a large table that is in here. I would say 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, at least an 8-person table, and you can see it looks small for this space. You could put a really big dining room table in here, and then it opens up to this huge chef's kitchen. A lot of entertaining can be done. So you're getting a look. There is cabinetry on 3 of the walls, pretty extensive, plus this very large island. So let's take a closer look. In this corner, we have a wine fridge. How appropriate if you live at a vineyard. Beautiful glass cabinetry with underlight going on there. Everything is soft close, of course, as you would expect in a home like this. We have induction. If you've ever cooked on induction, you know how powerful and wonderful it is. It goes from 0 heat to boiling in a matter of just a few seconds. And then as soon as you take that pan off of that, it's cool again. High-end dishwasher, dual sink. Then you have your high-end Bosch oven and microwave here, and a warming tray. It's pretty cool. It's been a while since we've seen one of those in a house. And your bar sink. And a little bit of a desk here, which is now getting all of these views. Okay, and then this entire arm back here of the home is the primary suite. You know, I always love it when they put it separate from the rest of everything else, right? You get a little more privacy that way, just well thought out. This is a very large bedroom with, of course, views that you'd be waking up to. The first bathroom that we went and looked at have heated floors, and this primary bathroom as well has heated floors. Nice little touches. And then this closet is very deep. Going back with some built-ins. And the primary bathroom, which you've got dual sink vanity over here with custom cabinetry and granite. dual mirrors. And then on this side, we have a vanity built in. Okay, back here, blue behind closed door. Always appreciate that. And linen closet. You know, we don't see a lot of separate linen closet situations in bathrooms. I think it's genius. And big walk-in shower. Little details throughout the home, like we saw the underlighting. Now we also have these little lights in the walls. Between the front entry and the kitchen, we have a little pantry here, and then of course, another closet. This home has a lot of storage. We are not even touching the tip of the iceberg with how much storage this house has. Wait until we get downstairs. Okay, so let's go down there and take a look. Really nice wide staircase here, 4 foot, so very easy to move things up and down. And straight to the left, we have a little tiny closet, which of course is holding wine. So now that we're downstairs, we are under grade on this back side of the house, so it stays nice and cool. And we have a workout room with a bar. Let's see, I'm trying to get around this workout equipment here. So you have your mirror. They've got some equipment in here. Also a very cool room. It's very appropriate to be a workout room. Okay, so here's the second. First off, I just want to point out that there is a door here. So this is where you could have a second living area down here, whether that be a family member or you choose to rent it out. And this is a very generous size living space. Easily put in a dining room table and a couch, living room, all in one. We have a bedroom down here, which still has those spectacular views. You can see a little hot tub out there. And closet. So these closets, they feel really deep. They feel bigger than a typical closet would be. This next closet will really show the sheer size of that. We'll go out on the patio in just a minute. Okay, so talking about these closets, this closet right here, it has a full-size desk in it and a chair, and it closes just fine. So they might not look big, like super big linearly, but they are very deep. And then here is what could be converted into any sort of, kitchenette, or maybe it's just your entertaining bar. Okay, and here is our next bedroom. Let's see, this is technically bedroom number 3. However, if you converted the office upstairs, that would be a 4th bedroom. Oh yes, it's very important that we go in here. Okay, so through the closet, we have the hidden door. And ba-bam! This is your utility room, and also great storage. So, utilities. You've got 2 hot water tanks with the booster. How appropriate. Water softening, always love to see that, really anywhere in Washington. This is your expansion tank for your well. And HVAC system. So, and then, Another hidden door. I bet that goes further under the house. Okay. Just gonna close this and let you take a look at that beautiful view. All right, let's keep cruising on back here. So living room, and a little further back, we have big bathroom. So there's storage on both sides here. Once again, storage is such the theme here in this house. And you have a different type of Jack and Jill, his and hers, hers and hers, his and his, however you want to go about it. Two sinks, two vanities, two entire setups here. They just mirror each other. In fact, you want to get the fun mirror effect? There you go. Okay, and then we go back, and behind a closed door, you have the shower and bathroom. Just kind of your standard insert going on in here. So very, very good sized bathroom. And then across from that, we have more storage, which wraps around, sorry, it's getting a little dark, to a little bit underneath the stairs here. And another electrical panel. And that is this house. Oh wait, let's go take a look outside this beautiful patio and around the side. So if you are new to the channel, thank you for showing up today. Thank you to everybody who continues to watch. I am Amanda Dahlman, Central Washington Realtor, and I help people from out of area find homes in Central Washington. And it's not too often we get to tour a home with a vineyard that is selling its grapes locally. If you're interested in seeing this home, you can reach out to me through the link in the description of this video or on the homepage. Oh my goodness, I think this is a fig tree. Is that what that is? Put it in the comments if you know what kind of tree this is. All right, thank you all. I'll see you next week.